Hey guys, Matt here, Peak Prospector. Today we're going to be talking about packing and shipping ceramic mugs. So I've actually had 2 or 3 returns recently, or refunds, because the mugs, when they arrive, they're cracked and they're broken. And which has been weird to me because I packed them up in paper, peanuts, all kinds of things. So I can only assume that the office or FedEx or whomever is throwing these boxes around and somehow they get loose and get cracked. So usually what I'm doing is I'm wrapping these mugs up with paper and maybe even some bubble wrap, and I'm putting them into a singular box like this. And what I think's happening is during the process of being moved from one place to another, these mugs are settling down into the box somehow or another. Like, I don't totally understand how it happens. Like I said, I can only assume that things are getting tossed and jostled, and anyway, when in a transit process. So I'm putting these in a box, and I think they're settling down, and then I think they're cracking because they end up at the bottom of the box and they hit. So what I'm going to try today is I'm going to double box this mug. So I'm going to wrap it just like I normally would in this box, and then I'm going to wrap this box in bubble wrap, and I'm going to put it in a bigger box. So I'm just going to try it out, and I'm going to video that process for you, and we're going to see how it ends up on the other end. But anyway, like I said, trying a different strategy for wrapping and shipping ceramic mugs so that they don't end up broken on the other end of things, which is a huge bummer. I just had a vintage New Mexico mug, which you can see here, cracked, completely broken. I had bought this mug for maybe 50 cents, sold it for over 20. So great profit on this mug that has to be completely refunded because it's obviously destroyed. So anyway, here we go. We're going to wrap this mug up, and hopefully this strategy, this process works better than the one I had been using, which clearly is ending up costing me quite a bit of money. So here we go. Okay, so like I said, so we've got this. This is the first box. This is just an eBay 8x6x4. I buy these through the app. I'm going to take this box now. I'm going to wrap it in this bubble wrap. I'm going to wrap it up a couple times around, so I've got a good layer around the outside. And I'm thinking that this will help it in the process. Again, if it gets thrown around or gets bumped, like I'm hoping, I'm assuming that this will mitigate some of the problems that happen in shipping. So wrapping it in bubble wrap and then putting it in this bigger box. So let's do that. Okay, so that's all done now. Like I said, I'm trying a new strategy here. I'm putting these mugs in 2 different boxes, so I'm still under my 2-pound weight limit with this. Hopefully it helps to, again, minimize those broken mugs on the receiving end, and keeps the refunds down, and that looks better for me and better for eBay at the end of the day. So that's kind of what I'm trying. What do you guys do? Tell me in the comments below. Is this overkill? Would you do it this way? Do you always do it this way? Do you stay away from ceramics? Like, what's the strategy that you employ? What do you think? Thanks for stopping by. So like and subscribe. Follow along for more tips, tricks, ideas. I've got a couple videos coming of some super unique things I've found. I'm excited to share with y'all. So we'll see you next time.